I'm Sylvia, Princess of the Moonshadow Woodland. Now, my father, the king, waits for me to sign this contract and sell myself away. I'm stepping into the abyss to spare his favorite, my stepsister, Lyra.
This was your own demand. Sign this pact, and you take your sister's place to marry the most terrifying demon lord of the fantasy forest. There's no turning back.
20 years ago, our kingdom was nearly doomed. Izal, the Elven King, saved us. A pact was made. We must sacrifice a princess to be his bride. My father thought the Elven King was powerful and reliable, so he wanted his precious Lyra to marry him. However, ironically, 10 years ago, the Elven King fell into an eternal slumber. The once fairy tale fantasy forest mutated into a toxic death zone. Anyone who walked in never came out alive. The Elven King's pact holds immense power. Breaking it would doom the entire kingdom. My cowardly father wants to save his realm without losing his precious darling. So, when I offer to take Lyra's place, it plays right into his hands. But my terms are not that simple. I want 90,000 magic crystals. My unfair father is so furious at my price. He almost crushes his throne's armrest.
What? You're draining the royal treasury!
I pull my pen away, pretending to back out. After a long thought, he finally caves. With his promise secured, I pick up the quill and sign my name on that one-way ticket to hell. One more request. After I leave, transfer my first knight, Thorn, to be Lyra's personal guard.
Why? Isn't he your favorite guard?
Favorite guard? No, not anymore. Yeah, everyone thinks I am so madly in love with Thorn that I will never let him go. Even Thorn thinks so himself, but now I don't want him anymore. I dragged my weary feet back to my chambers, only to witness a heart-wrenching scene.
Princess Lyra, from the very beginning, the only person I've ever pledged my loyalty to is you.
That is exactly why I made that demand. Thorn, I'll give you exactly what you want. He wasn't fit for the nights. I couldn't bear to watch, so I saved him. Stop it! I fell for Thorn the moment I saw him, and I made him my personal guard. But I never realized his eyes were never on me.
Thorn, I sewed this for you myself. Try it on.
But Thorn rejected it. He said protecting me was his duty, and the standard royal armor was enough. Little did I know, a man's eyes don't lie. He didn't look at me because his eyes were already full of someone else. I naively believed that if I just tried hard enough, I could eventually warm up Thorn's heart. Until I overheard that conversation. That night, I heard a stranger call Thorn, Your Highness, saying he was the only bloodline of the neighboring kingdom's old king, begging him to return and take the throne. Thorn stayed silent, making the man more desperate. He asked why Thorn insisted on staying here as my guard instead of taking the crown. At that moment, I was hoping to hear his real reason for staying, but soon enough, I regretted it.
I don't care about the throne. I hid my identity as the crown princess and became Sylvia's guard just to be closer to Lyra. Lyra is about to be married off to that terrifying demon lord. I have to be here for her, at least for now.
Lyra. It was all for Lyra.
For Lyra, he would throw away a kingdom. For her, he would suffer by my side. In that moment, I finally realized just how pathetic I had been. To survive even 1 second longer in that deadly forest, I have to hoard as many high-tier healing potions as possible. I ask Thorn to go with me to the potion market. He refuses, completely confused.
Your Highness, I'll keep you safe. You won't get hurt. Besides, I have training tomorrow. I don't have time to waste.
I throw on a careless face.
I'm just looking around. Besides, Lyra might be there too.
Princess Lyra's buying potions too? What happened to her? Is she hurt?
Seeing his unfiltered concern, I turn around immediately, choking down my grief, and leave. But in fact, if Thorn had just asked me one more question, I would have told him the truth. Too bad I overestimated my place in his heart. To stay alive, I have to stock up on enough hides and tier healing potions. As I'm about to buy this potion, Lyra sneaks in. She doesn't even need it, but she is dead, set on taking it from me.
Sister, you're marching to your death, so you came here buying potions to cling to your miserable life a little longer, right? It's a pity you're only a princess in name. Father never gives you a single coin. I doubt you could even afford a low-grade potion.
After mocking me, Lyra puts on the victim mask.
Sister, could you please let me have this potion? After all, I don't have a strong guard like your Thorn to protect me. I'm so scared of getting hurt.
I toss a bag of magic crystals onto the counter. This potion is mine. Lyra shakes with rage. She tries to outbid me, but it is useless. She can't have more money than me.
I'll pay triple!
5 times the price. Lyra thinks an unfavored princess, like me, can never afford it. But she doesn't know that her doting father has already given me most of the royal treasury. There is no more money left for her to squander. Honestly, seeing her so defeated is the first time I feel that good in a long while. However, Thorn can't stand seeing Lyra upset. For her, he is even willing to accept his true identity and pull out the token of the Crown Prince of the Northern Winter. Following his hint, the shop owner turns to look at me.
Apologies, Princess Sylvia. Everything in my shop has been bought out by the Crown Prince of the Northern Winter.
He specifically ordered that they be given to Princess Lyra.
I clench my fists, choking down my humiliation to question the owner. He simply unties the rough pouch the clerk brings over and dumps it on the counter. Over a dozen perfectly cut, glowing mana crystals roll out.
This kind of pure crystals is just too rare. Only the Northern Winter Kingdom has this kind of wealth.
Princess Lyra is so charming. I can't believe she caught the eye of the Crown Prince.
Meanwhile, Princess Sylvia always pushes her sister around. See? Good things only happen to kind-hearted people like Princess Lyra.
The crowd's mockery and pointing drown me like a tidal wave. Lyra grabs the potion with absolute delight.
Oh my, I'll just have to take it, sister. We're family after all. Just beg me when you need it, and I might spare 1 or 2.
Lyra's flaunting, and the crowd's disgust feel like loud slaps across my face. But what chills me to the bone is the man who orchestrates it all. Thorn. To make Lyra smile, you turned me into a public laughingstock. I blink back my tears. Thorn, from this moment on, you're nothing but trash to me, ready to be thrown away.
Your Highness!
After fleeing that nauseating market, I go to the Royal Colosseum. I have to seize every chance to train my survival skills.
Your Highness.
What are you doing here?
I've taken a sudden interest in swordsmanship and wanted to practice. Since you're here, spar with me.
Thorn still doesn't agree.
Your Highness, I'm your guard. With me around, you'll never be in danger. There's no need for you to learn this.
Thorn gets even more impatient with me.
This is exactly what I should be learning.
He can't even be bothered to make up a decent excuse anymore.
Your Highness, you're acting peculiar today. What is going on?
Instinctively, I want to tell him, but Lyra shows up again and cuts me off. In that split second, Thorn's eyes shift to her.
Princess Lyra, why you are here?
Lyra looks at me with red eyes.
Sister, I know you were mad at me back at the market. I felt so bad that I rushed over to apologize.
Seeing her fake, fragile act, I don't even bother giving her a single word. Thorn gets angry.
Your Highness, Princess Lyra came all this way just to apologize to you. As her older sister, can't you even say a single word to comfort her?
It's fine, Thorn. This is just how she is. I'm used to it.
Their accusation means nothing to me now, since I'm leaving soon enough.
Why the noble crown prince of the north would know me and send me such expensive potions.
Princess Lyra, you are beautiful and kind-hearted. Your reputation has long spread across the continent. That crown prince is surely trying to win your favor.
What about you, Thorn? Do you also think I'm a good girl?
They keep flattering each other right in front of my face. I look away, refusing to watch anymore. Whatever I want to do, Lyra insists on hijacking. She pesters Thorn, saying she wants to learn swordsmanship too, and begs him to teach her.
Can you teach me swordmanship?
The same Thorn who just made up excuses to reject me doesn't hesitate for a second.
Of course, it's my honor.
Watching Thorn blush from Lyra's touch, I finally see how ridiculous I am. I keep telling myself that it all means nothing, that I'd never see their faces ever again. Watching them, I tell myself not to care. But when he pours all the tenderness he has never shown me into someone else, my heart still twists in pain. This is the man I've loved for over a decade.
Sister! Thorn taught me so much while you were gone. Can I spar a few rounds with you?
How can I not hear her bragging?
You asked for this. If you get hurt, don't blame me.
A few moves in, Lyra is out of breath. The loud crash of metal echoes in the Colosseum, but no one notices that her flying sword has perfectly snapped the rusted chains on the monster cage. I raise my sword again. She screams and collapses on the ground.
Are you out of your mind? This is just practice. Why do you have to be so aggressive?
This is the Colosseum, and blades are built for killing. If you don't have the drive to win, how are you going to survive real peril? With your tears?
Sister! I just wanted to practice with you. I don't know what I've done wrong to make you hate me so much. Is it because Thorn only agreed to teach me? Then I promise you, I'll never touch a sword again.
What is wrong with you today? Why do you keep talking about dying and surviving? How many times do I have to say it? You're a princess. You don't need to wield a sword.
I need it. I'm about to leave for hell. But I couldn't say that out loud. The monster lets out a deafening roar, sending a wave of bloodlust at us. The next moment, spread his arms without the slightest hesitation, shielding Lila behind him, blocking all danger with his own body. And just like that, I am completely abandoned by him. The monster's stench hits my face, but it is nowhere near as nauseating as the scene before me. I am not afraid of dying in the monster's jaws. I only hate myself for being so blind as to ever fall in love with a man like this. The beast's fangs are inches away, but I refuse to die here. The agonizing pain tears at my nerves, but it also makes one thing crystal clear. From the very beginning, the only person I can rely on is myself. Thanks to her scream, Thorn finally snaps out of it, taking it down with a few lethal strikes.
Your Highness, are you all right?
Looking at his face just feels incredibly ironic. With my last ounce of strength, I swat his hand away in disgust. He just looks at me, totally confused. Thorn has no idea. I used to revolve my whole world around him. But now, my heart is completely dead. I give him one last cold glare before my strength gives out entirely. And everything fades to black. When I wake up, before I can even catch my breath, that nauseating sobbing fills my ears again.
Sister, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have knocked your sword away. But Thorn, you're my sister's personal guard. Why did you instinctively protect me when things got dangerous? My sister got hurt so badly because of me, she's definitely gonna hate me even more.
Your Highness, it all happened so fast. Princess Lyra was closer, so my instincts kicked in to protect her first. Besides, aren't you partly to blame? If you hadn't scared Lyra during the duel, her sword wouldn't have snapped the monster's chains.
Instincts, right? You can't fake your gut reaction in a life or death moment. I furiously tell them to get lost, but I accidentally knock over the candlestick. She yelps, looking even more victimized.
Sylvia! Are you crazy?
A tiny spark hits Lyra's dress, and he acts like the sky is falling. Watching him frantically carry her away, I finally let go of all hope for him. Whatever. Nothing and no one in this royal city will have anything to do with me soon anyway, because today is the day I leave for the Elven Forest. There is no place left for me in this huge palace. I take one last look at the contract signed with the Demon Lord and walk away. It is not like anyone will care anyway.
Was I too harsh just now? Sylvia is injured.
He finally remembers me, but it is too late. I am already gone, headed to a place he'd never expect. Let me take one last look at this palace. After all, I am never coming back.
Your Highness!
Thorn finally realizes I am leaving, but it is all too late. Let's never see each other again. Before leaving, I come to the garden. It holds so many memories of me and Thorn. Mostly unhappy ones, though. But none of that matters now. I am the only one who cares anyway. Just as I am about to leave for good, a pair of hands suddenly grab me, cover my mouth, and drag me away by force. I struggle with everything I have, but it is completely useless. When I wake up again, I lie on a bed in a strange room. My arms and legs tied down. I try to move but can't. Panic sets in. Then, I hear footsteps. I force my head up and see a tall man wearing a mask. That is when I see it, the familiar scar on his hand. The moment I recognize that scar, I completely break down. The masked man trying to torture me is Thorn. The physical pain is one thing, but the way he looks at me with those cold, dead eyes. That is when I realize Thorn never even reads the letter I leave. To him, Lyra is the only one who matters. Just because I accidentally spilled a drop of wax on Lyra last time, he personally burns me 99 times. Thorn, you really won't let her suffer, even the slightest grievance, will you? even if it means destroying me. I wake up to a piercing, agonizing pain. I trembled while my hand reaching for the large burn scars on my chest. Those are the 99 drops of wax thorn personally dripped on me last night, hiding behind a mask, just to vent his anger for his precious Lyra. Ironically, right now, he stands by my bed with that same cold face. What does he want? Is he here to mock me? I don't even want to look at him, but he refuses to leave. For a split second, I actually think he feels bad for me, or maybe feels guilty. But his next sentence reveals his true motive.
Could you give me the scar healing potion? Lyra's been burned.
Lyra. Always Lyra.
Thorn, my chest is completely covered in burn scars. Can you not see? Lyra got a tiny drop and I am dying.
Thorn really is heartless. He acts disgusted, just looking at my wounds. Whatever. I don't want to argue with him anymore. If he wants that medicine so badly, he can take it. Once I'm in the fantasy forest, no one's going to care about my scars anyway. Watching him walk away with that medicine without a single look back, the very last shred of hope I have for him completely shatters. Even the passing maids are laughing at me, the unfavored princess. They're openly gossiping about how everyone is so heartbroken over Lyra's tiny scratch, while I'm severely injured with absolutely no one by my side. They're stating facts, and I can't argue with them, but it still hurts. My injuries haven't fully healed, so I need to rest for a few more days before heading to the fantasy forest. During this time, besides my maid, not a single person visits me, Thorn included. Just as I wallow in my sadness, Thorn shows up. He brings a festival invitation.
Your Highness, the festival is tomorrow, and Princess Lyra really hopes you'll accompany her. She said since you're leaving soon, this will be the last time. Wait, Your Highness, where exactly are you going?
Seems he still doesn't know. It's nothing. Just a trip. See? Thorn will never bother asking more. He only cares about his beloved Lyra.
Do you really want me to go?
I ask him if he really wants me to go, and he doesn't even try to hide it.
Since it's what Princess Lyra wants, then yes, I think you should go.
See, she is the only one in his heart. He loves her so much that he'll make sure whatever she wants happens. Fine, have it your way. It is the last time anyway. Just like everyone wants, I attend the festival with Lyra. It is so obvious how happy Thorn is by her side. I have never seen him smile like that before. So being with Lyra makes him that happy. Thorn, would you ever feel sad about my fate? Forget it. Even if you know I marry the Elven King, you probably won't care. Just like at the tea parties, they start talking about Lyra's ideal husband, and Thorn listens so intently.
The one I love must be a hero who can go to the edge of the fantasy forest and pick the legendary demon flower for me.
I see a look of absolute resolve cross Thorn's face. I know exactly what he thinks, but it doesn't matter anymore. The grand prize for this year's festival is different, an ever-glowing crystal lamp. It is exactly what I need. They say the fantasy forest is pitch black, and with this lamp, I won't have to be afraid of the dark. But the competition requires teams of 2, and each kingdom can only enter 1 team. I turn to look at Thorn, but once again, I overestimate my place in his heart. With Lyra here, there is no way he'll team up with me.
This crystal lamp is so gorgeous. Thorn, can you win it for me?
Of course, Princess Lyra. It would be my absolute honor.
I stop them and say I want the lamp, but Lyra just pouts and tugs on Thorn's sleeve. He folds instantly.
Your Highness, Princess Lyra has always loved beautiful things. You should let her have this.
He actually tells me to give up the one thing I need most to Lyra. I yell back.
Lyra doesn't even want it! She only wants it because I do! She's just trying to compete with me!
But Thorn just shields Lyra tightly and scolds me.
Your Highness! Princess Lyra is kind-hearted. Why would she compete with you? Not everyone is as petty as you.
petty like me. So in Thorn's eyes, I am just a complete villain. Watching them walk away arm in hand, my heart shatters into a million pieces. Thorn, you can keep the lamp, and you can keep her. I am done with both of you. Back at the palace, I can't sleep for the longest time. Probably because I am too heartbroken. I wander the halls, replaying old memories of me and Thorn. Then, out of nowhere, I run into him coming back injured. I instinctively rush to check on him.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I just took a fall.
Those are clearly thorn wounds from the demon flower that grows at the edge of the fantasy forest. It all makes sense now. Just because of one passing comment Lyra makes at the festival, Thorn risks his life to pick that flower for her. Sylvia, you really are a delusional fool. Fine, just leave. There is no place for you in this castle anyway, and definitely no place for you in Thorn's heart.
Whatever.
My father calls me in today to confirm the final ceremony, but I don't expect to run into Lyra here.
Sylvia, you can never beat me at anything, just like your pathetic mother. Just like my mom took everything from yours, I'm going to take everything from you. Did you know? Thorn stayed up all night picking this for me, just to make me smile. You're exactly like your mother, destined to lose. She wants to piss me off, and it works! I couldn't take it anymore and slapped Layla. She fell to the ground at once. At
Sylvia!
this point, how can I not see it? This is all just another act by Lyra, her classic trick. No one is on my side. I'll never forget the way Thorn looks at me. He doesn't care about my feelings at all, dumping all his rage over Lyra's injury entirely on me.
Sylvia! You've gone too far. Someone like you doesn't deserve to be loved.
That is the first time Thorn actually calls me by my name, and it is just to say something so vicious. I don't deserve love. Well, they certainly don't deserve mine. After today, I am leaving this city, and Thorn behind for good. Forget it, Sylvia. Just say goodbye. There is nothing here worth staying for. Just as I am saying my goodbyes, Thorn actually comes to find me. It is the first time since he became my guard. For a second, I even hope he is here to apologize. But I am wrong. The look in his eyes tells me he is just here to defend Lyra. Seeing that look, I remember that night in the strange room. Behind the mask, he looks at me with those exact same eyes. What? Are you going to slap me 99 times now, too? I see the shock in his eyes. Right? He has no idea I already know who he really is.
Your Highness, what are you talking about?
Nothing. I keep my mouth shut. I am leaving anyway, so let him play Lyra's knight in shining armor for the rest of his life. But what he says next completely freezes my heart.
Your Highness, I'm begging you. You have everything. Please stop bullying Princess Leia from now on.
I have everything. His precious Lyra steals everything from me. My father, my lover, even my mother is killed by her and her mom. If it isn't for her, am I this hated princess? Does everyone mock me? Am I forced to marry into the fantasy forest, not even knowing if I'll survive? I have everything. Tell me, Thorn, what exactly do I have right now? I look at him with tears in my eyes, but he doesn't care. He just keeps making excuses for Lyra. He even thinks I blame her for stealing him from me. He tells me his heart is small and only has room for Lyra, and that I should just let go. I get it. So I decide to let go. Goodbye, Thorn. Tomorrow you can finally be with your beloved Lyra. I won't be in your way anymore. When I tell him I am letting go, Thorn visibly breathes a sigh of relief. For the first time, he actually smiles at me. Then he notices my packed bag sitting in the corner.
Your Highness, are you heading to the Summer Palace for a while?
Thorn, you really still have no idea what is about to happen. You actually think I am just taking a vacation. But that is fine. At least I won't have to watch how happy you are to be with her. Yeah.
I'll go pack my things right away.
No need. You're still hurt. Stay in the city this time. I'll just find another guard.
I see it. I see that flash of joy in his eyes.
Your Highness, while you're away, could I be reassigned to guard Princess Lyra?
He really is thrilled. He can stay by Lyra's side. Sometimes I am actually jealous of Lyra. She has thorn completely wrapped around her finger. I agree. He doesn't matter to me anymore.
Sure. Go protect whoever you want.
Your Highness, if you need anything, just send word. As your personal guard, I'll be there immediately.
This is exactly what I hate most about you, Thorn. You are clearly overjoyed, yet you still say things to give me false hope. I ignore him on purpose, but right as he is leaving, I can't help but say a real goodbye.
Goodbye, Thorn. For good.
What?
When he asks, I just shake my head and pretend it is nothing. But watching him walk away tears my heart to pieces. Goodbye, Thorn. I hope we never see each other again.
Finally got rid of you.
She has this wicked, smug smirk on her face. She is so full of herself that she doesn't even notice Thorn walking up behind her, holding a cake and looking genuinely happy.
Still, I can't believe you managed to walk away with half the treasury.
But what good is money anyway? Marrying the Elven King and going to the fantasy forest? You won't even live long enough to spend it.
Lyra, what did you just say?
I think Thorn is finally going to realize I am being sacrificed to the fantasy forest. But he doesn't care at all. He is so caught up in the joy of being with Lyra that he doesn't even process what she says.
Princess Lyra, I got your favorite jam cake.
Oh, Thorn, you're so sweet. You even remembered I love jam cake.
Of course he knows. He always focuses on her since we were kids.
Princess Lyra, while Princess Sylvia is away, I'll be your personal guard. I'll be by your side.
Lyra realizes Thorn still doesn't know I take her place in the fantasy forest. She is more than happy to keep up the lie, knowing I have truly lost everything. Thorn looks so happy looking at her. He will never look at me like that. But it doesn't matter, because I am already at the fantasy forest. Wearing the most gorgeous and heaviest wedding dress of my life, I cross the boundary of the fantasy forest. What welcomes me isn't a grand wedding, but a toxic purple mist that could swallow a soul whole. The air reeks of rot and death. The second I step in, countless glowing red eyes light up in the dark. They all stare at me. A chill runs down my spine. Soon enough, a skeletal beast lunges out of the fog, drawn by the scent of living blood. These monsters roaming the toxic mist can't wait to rip their new bride to pieces. I don't scream for help. I know no one can save me in this forbidden zone. If I want to live, I have to save myself. I dodge frantically and try to fight back, but the beast is too strong, and I'm only human. One swipe of its claw snaps my sword in half.
I guess no one really escapes this place alive.
Right when I think it is over, a burning heat explodes from my chest. It is the tear of the stars, the only thing my mother leaves me. The necklace suddenly blasts a blinding blue light, shattering the beast into dust. I think I escape, but this forest is way more dangerous than I imagine. Before the monster's dust even hits the ground, the toxic purple mist around me goes crazy, turning like a nest of angry snakes. I feel the freezing fog rushing at me, trying to swallow me whole. It wants me to be terrified, to drop to my knees and beg. But it doesn't know I don't care anymore. The moment I agree to this marriage, I am already dead inside. But just as I brace myself for death, the mist seems to sense something terrifying and scatters away. Is it my mother? Is the necklace still protecting me?
But it's not glowing. What's going on?
I only hesitate for a second before pushing deeper into the thorny forest. Standing still here means death. Everything is creepy and terrifying, but I have to keep moving. Suddenly, a massive, ancient temple, radiating freezing air, looms in front of me.
Is that where Elgin King Isel is sleeping?
Dragging my battered body, I step into the tomb, Zen-like temple. It is even colder inside, cold enough to freeze your soul. Even my breath turns to ice. In this frozen prison, I finally see the man known as humanity's savior, and later, its monster, is this elven King Isel. He is so stunning I can't even look away. But now, he just lies in a freezing coffin, with his eyes shut tight. This is the elven king who guards humanity for a century. The husband my father fears and Lyra runs from. He isn't as terrifying as the rumors say. Maybe it is some kind of shared tragic fate. But I find myself reaching out for the cold coffin. But the next second, it is as if the coffin senses something. As if trying to protect the elven king, they riot. They see me as a threat, and want me dead. I instinctively clutch the tear of the stars, my mother's last shield. But the moment the black vines touch the necklace that just saves my life, it shatters like fragile glass with a loud crack. My last defense breaks. All I can do is watch the black vines rush at me and wait for death. I bite my lip hard, refusing to let out a single scream. I look down, quietly watching Isel sleep in his ice coffin. So this is my groom. We've never even met. Our first meeting, and we are about to turn into dust together in this freezing tomb. Suddenly, the absurdity of it all just feels hilarious. I force a smile and let out a bitter, crazy laugh.
Isel, my husband, this is our first time meeting, and I'm about to die right in front of you. You don't even know what the wife the human kingdom sent you looks like.
It feels like I bleed dry. I know I must look awful right now. I bet back in the royal city, Thorn feels the exact opposite of me. He must be so happy. The black vines seem to sense I am dying. They stop attacking and even let me down. I use my last bit of strength to cling to the edge of the coffin, my body completely giving out.
Hey, Isel. So this is our first meeting. Dying together before we even had a wedding night. Pretty ironic, huh?
My vision blurs, and my mind starts slipping away. I feel all my strength drain out of me. I can't hold on anymore. After I leave, the royal city keeps partying like nothing happened. Thorn finally gets his wish, becoming the personal guard to his goddess, Lyra. Just as I think, my leaving is good news for Thorn. It is like he completely forgets about me. I always know. I mean nothing to him. Lyra is as fake as ever. She knows the truth, but she still plays the innocent, romantic sweetheart in front of Thorn.
Thorn, look how beautiful these flowers are. If only my sister were here. It's such a pity she...
So fake. She mentions me, but deep down she is probably thrilled. I'm dead. And Thorn buys every bit of it, even gently comforting her, telling her not to waste tears on her wicked sister. But right in the middle of their sweet little moment, everything goes south. In a crisis like this, Thorn would give everything to protect Lyra. And I am right. He draws his sword instantly, his first reflex being to shield her. If it were me, he probably would protect me too, but only out of duty, never out of love.
Lyra!
Thorn throws himself forward to take the hit for her, but Lyra, the girl he is trying to save, she literally pushes him right into the blade, to save her own skin. Caught off guard by the hard shove, Thorn stumbles forward. The sword meant for Lyra plunges right into his chest as he stares in pure shock. Thorn is willing to die to save Lyra, and Lyra is willing to push him onto a blade to live. Thorn, do you feel it now? What it is like to be stabbed in the back by the one you love most. Flashes of memories cross Thorn's mind. The time I saved him. Does it tear you apart? Does it hurt? Thorn, you should finally see Lyra's true colors now. After all this, do you still think I'm the villain? In the dim side hall, Thorn sits alone in the shadows. He is shirtless, his chest wrapped in layers of bloody bandages. He looks tense, trying to figure out why Lyra is so different from when they were kids. Why would that kind girl push him into a blade to save herself? Just then, the heavy doors open. Lyra walks in quietly like a startled peacock, carrying a box of expensive herbs. Her eyes are red as she starts pouring out her excuses.
Thorn, are you still mad at me? Back there, I was just so terrified.
Thorn is shocked by her for a second, but quickly pulls himself together.
Thorn, as my guard, it's your job to protect me. Besides, I'm going to be the crown princess of the Northern Winter. I absolutely cannot afford any accidents.
I see Thorn's expression finally shift. He realizes the Lyra in front of him isn't the one in his heart.
Thorn, I was just thinking of the big picture. If I got hurt, the crown prince would blame us, and our kingdom would be in trouble.
For the big picture?
The big picture. Listen to that. She uses you as a human shield and then expects you to be grateful. She gives you the chance to die doing your duty. Lyra notices Thorn zoning out, a flash of annoyance crossing her eyes. Then she wanted to use some sweet favors to coax Thorn into a good mood. But Lyra has no idea that this one move makes Thorn realize everything. Does Thorn feel like his world is collapsing now? Staring at Lyra's flawless legs, he must be frantically trying to remember who was the girl that carried him out of hell. 10 years ago, Thorn was only 10 that year, a starving squire. Those noble kids cornered you like an animal.
The princess had your back last time. Let's see who's going to save a bastard like you today.
Thorn ran into the forbidden grounds, like a stray dog, and me. My dear sister Lyra used my mother's only memento as bait to lure me to that exact well.
Sylvia, the necklace you're looking for is right down there.
So hopeless, I just wanted to die. But then, I heard Thorn groaning. I could have escaped alone. There was a breeze down there, and following it would have led me out. But looking at Thorn, I saw myself. I carried Thorn on my back, crawling inch by inch through a tunnel, covered in sharp rocks. Those jagged stones sliced right into my legs. I could feel Thorn dehydrating. Thorn, do you get it now? The girl who fed you her blood and carried you out of hell is the one you personally sent into the fantasy forest. And that sweet little Lyra in your arms is the exact person who pushed us into the abyss. Back then, after I carried Thorn out of the forbidden zone, I passed out from exhaustion. I was lying less than 3 meters away from you, too weak to even cry for help. I watched you open your eyes, watched the Sozen called rescue team rush in, and I watched you mistake that acting Lyra for your savior.
Thank goodness! I finally got you out! Father! Please save him! I scraped my hands raw trying to rescue him!
Thorn looks at Lyra, his eyes full of suspicion. He wants to confirm it, wants to tell himself it is all just a misunderstanding. But Lyra can't give him the answers.
Lyra, Do you remember what you fed me 10 years ago down in that well?
Oh, it's been so long. Who remembers those little details? It must have been the finest holy water from the palace. I slipped away to get it just to save you.
Holy water. Ha. Lyra can't answer him, and the disappointment in Thorn's eyes deepens.
Then, what did the exit look like? How did you carry me out?
Thorn, what is wrong with you today? That was too horrific. I blocked it all out ages ago. I just remember saving you. Isn't that enough?
Thorn's heart goes cold, looking at this woman full of lies, who can't even match up the basic details. He feels a wave of nausea and terror like never before. He suddenly swings his arm, throwing Lyra's hand off so hard she stumbles.
Don't touch me!
Thorn, how can you treat me like this? I saved your life.
Saved. Hearing that word now must be the biggest joke in the world to Thorn. He turns his back to Lyra, his shoulders shaking violently.
I'm not in a good mood. Just leave. Get out!
Thorn, you're going to regret this.
Thorn collapses to his knees, gripping his hair tight. He finally knows the truth, but it is already too late. Thorn wanders the empty hallways like a ghost, his eyes hollow and terrified. The fragmented memories in his head are tearing down his defenses piece by piece. He stops dead in his tracks, finally realizing one thing. If Lyra didn't save him, then who did?
No. Impossible. Everyone in the city said Lyra was the kind one, and Sylvia was the bully. If Lyra was faking it, then who on earth have I been protecting all these years? And who have I been hurting?
He can't believe it. He doesn't want to believe that the girl he ignored all this time is actually the one who saved his life. Brows furrowed, he walks toward my room. This is the first time you've stepped into my room in 10 years. Before, you always stood outside, your eyes full of impatience and disgust. You regret it now, but it is too late. You find my diary. It records my pathetic love for you. Thorn opens it, and as he reads the words, tears well up in his eyes. Thorn yelled at me for Lyra again today. Honestly, I don't blame him at all. As long as he is safe. The scar on my leg is so ugly. I wonder if Thorn will hate it if he ever sees it. Even though I got it from saving him back then. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know I'm about to marry the Elven King and go die in the fantasy forest. Thorn's hands shake violently as he grips the diary, wrinkling the pages. Then, he crashes to his knees, consumed by regret.
Sylvia. No. This can't be real. What have I done to you?
Clutching his chest, Thorn reaches out into thin air, like a madman, but he can never reach me again. He cries like a child who has lost his entire world, but I am not there to see it. Lyra, the one who spun this massive lie, is standing in front of the mirror, greedily stroking the necklace from the Northern Crown Prince. She thinks it is her golden ticket to becoming the princess of the Northern Winter. But she has no idea that the crown prince she is dying to marry is actually Thorn.
That idiot Sylvia has probably been chewed to the bone by monsters by now. Soon enough, the Northern Crown Prince will marry me, and I'll be the most powerful woman on the continent.
Too bad Thorn already knows the truth. He isn't going to give her the chance. He storms into Lyra's room with his sword drawn. Lyra thinks Thorn is still her loyal guard dog and yells at him furiously. But Thorn doesn't give a damn what she thinks anymore. He is treating the woman he once loved exactly how he used to treat me.
What are you doing? Give it back! The Northern Crown Prince gave that to me. A low-rank like Buster doesn't deserve to touch it!
Lyra doesn't know that the guard she is screaming at is the very crown prince she wants to marry. Thorn kicks her aside, bites his finger, and swears an oath.
I swear on my name as the Crown Prince of the Northern Winter. From this day forward, the North severs all ties with the Moonshadow Woodland. Anyone who ever bullied Sylvia will pay the price.
Thorn swears to make anyone who hurt me pay, forgetting that the one who hurt me the most is him. Hearing his oath, Lyra is completely stunned. She can't believe her backup plan. Thorn was the husband she has been dreaming of. She regrets it. But Thorn doesn't care about her anymore. He rushes out like a madman, desperate to find me in the fantasy forest. But his chance is long gone.
Sylvia, wait for me! You have to stay alive!
The fantasy forest is just as terrifying as the rumors say. I feel like I am being bled dry. But then a massive surge of power hits, driving away the black vines trying to devour me. It is like they are terrified. Just as I am wondering what is going on, a massive shockwave of dark gold and emerald magic erupts from the ice coffin. I watch as a century's worth of gloom hanging over the forest is violently torn apart. Like a sword, blinding sunlight pierces through, illuminating this God-forsaken wasteland for the first time in 100 years. Meanwhile, Thorn gallops toward the boundary stone like he can't bear to lose me.
Sylvia! Wait for me! I'm here to take you home!
But he is the one who pushed me away. It is too late for regrets now. That royal city isn't my home. I lost my home the day my mother died. Let it go, Thorn. You won't find me. The shockwave from the temple blocks Thorn outside. He can't take a single step into the forest. We will never see each other again. He doesn't even have the right to get close to me anymore.
No! Sylvia!
Consider this your karma for all the pain you've caused me, Thorn. This is my final goodbye. I lose too much blood and collapse on the ice coffin. Right before I completely black out, I feel a warm embrace, so warm and so strong. I feel myself being lifted by a pair of strong arms. Resting against his chest, I listen to his steady, powerful heartbeat. In that moment, I feel a sense of safety I'd never known before. He carries me up the stairs of absolute power step by step. I can feel his gaze on me, as if I am the only thing in his world. My ugly scars and torn wedding dress completely vanish. I lock eyes with Easel. I see my reflection filling his entire gaze, something I've never experienced before. Did I wake him? I'm not entirely sure. But one thing is certain, Eisel, the Elven King, is awake. The fantasy forest is no longer a place of terror. It is alive again. They are all bowing to the most supreme being in the forest, Eisel. But this Elven King doesn't spare them a single glance. He just looks down, his eyes entirely focused on me. My throat goes dry. I don't know what to do, but then I hear it.
You awakened me, my queen.
He takes my hand, the one pierced by the black vines, and presses a devoted kiss to it.
The destruction you desire, I shall deliver. Everyone who has deceived, humiliated, or abandoned you will pay the price.
Hearing Easel's promise, a smile creeps onto my face. This is a warmth I've never known. At the edge of the forest, the apocalyptic magic storm finally dies down. Covered in mud, Thorn stumbles up from the rubble. He stares in shock as fresh green shoots break through the soil. The former death zone is turning back into a paradise right before his eyes.
It's gone. The miasma is gone. Sylvia, did you do this? What price did you pay?
Now Thorn feels sorry for me. He thinks my death is what brought the forest back to life. But I don't need his belated pity. From the moment I decided to marry the Elven King, I stopped hoping for his sympathy. Just as Thorn is about to risk it all to rush in and find me, his knight, William, stops him.
You must return immediately to inherit the throne. Shut up! Don't you dare mention that liar's name again! She's the one who pushed Sylvia to her death! I have to save her.
Now Thorn is willing to give up everything for me, but it is too late. Everything he is doing now is just to clear his own conscience, to make up for his guilt. But I don't need it. And he doesn't even insist for long. He chooses to go back and take the throne first. And save me later. How pathetic. So his guilt only lasts this long.
Fine. I'll go back. But once I become the true king,
I will amass an army strong enough to conquer this continent.
Even if I have to trample this forest to the ground, I will get her back.
Back in the Moonshadow capital, the citizens are cheering, amazed by the forest's revival. Meanwhile, my father, Augustus, stands stunned at the edge of his balcony. He is shocked by the change, but not pleasantly. He is terrified.
How is this possible?
The miasma actually cleared.
But we triggered it years ago, when we accidentally pierced the abyss mining for mana crystals.
So that is how it is. Not only did you sacrifice my life, but you also caused the disaster that ruined the forest.
Father! Did you hear? Everyone is saying the Elven King is awake! If the forest is restored, he must be stronger than ever! It's all that wretch Sylvia's fault for stealing my chance. If I had gone, I'd be the one enjoying these miracles right now!
Exactly. That useless Sylvia must have woken the Elven King with her blood and died in the process. Now that the forest is safe, Lyra, you are the true Elven Queen.
Look at them. This is my family. In their eyes, I'm just something to be exploited, even in death. They were the ones who forced me to marry into the fantasy forest out of fear.
Prep the carriage immediately! Assemble our elite troops! Lyra, go pack your most beautiful gowns. I'm taking you to the temple right now!
Now that the useless girl is dead, you are the one and only queen the Elven King was destined to marry.
A neighboring princess is nothing. I'm going to be the Elwyn Queen, wielding divine power. Thank you for dying, Sylvia. You've paved my way right to the throne!
Inside the temple, I sit up from the throne in a daze, looking at this impossibly handsome, silvered-haired man in front of me. My fingertips tremble instinctively. I can't understand why I am still alive, or how the Elven King woke up.
I'm not dead. Why? And how did you wake up?
Isel, the Elven King awoken by my blood, doesn't answer me. The way he looks at me, it is like he is gazing at a priceless, one-of-a-kind treasure. He conjures a gorgeous shawl over my shoulders, his eyes filled with an affection I've never experienced before. Isel reaches out to touch my cheek, but I instinctively shrink back, my eyes full of defense. I ask him why he is treating a sacrifice so well, and his answer makes my heart skip a beat.
Because you are my queen.
Queen. I am stunned. I never imagined anyone would ever treat me like a supreme queen. He wants to tell me why he fell asleep. For some reason, I feel a strong urge to understand the man standing before me. I want to know.
Do you dare to come see why I slumbered?
We arrive at the deepest part of the forest. There is a massive rift oozing with dark purple evil energy. Like a wound that will never heal.
That is the breach to the underground abyss. Years ago, your king shattered the balance here for the sake of ores.
Augustus again. Driven by greed, he ruined not only my mother, but this land as well. But when I actually step into the depths of the earth, the sight completely takes my breath away. There are no piles of bones, or the stench of rot, like I imagined. Just as I let my guard down, a violent tremor shakes the ground beneath me. A muffled roar echoes from the deeper darkness. I lose my balance and am about to fall, but Ezel catches me and pulls me into his arms.
Watch out!
In that split second, I don't even think. I actually push Ezel out of the way and use my own back to shield him. I must be crazy, but I can't bear to see him fall asleep again. In this world, he is the only one who has ever shown me warmth. Is this the true power of the Elven King?
Are you alright?
Ezel just freezes.
You just woke up. Won't using so much magic cause a backlash?
His eyes fall on my trembling hands, a hint of amusement in his gaze.
I'm sorry.
I quickly step back.
I was just too tense. I didn't mean to doubt your power. You're the Elven King. I'm sure you are angry at my presumption.
No. I welcome your concern.
My face is burning, for the first time in my 20 years of life. I realize that feeling cherished can actually make your heart skip a beat. Here, I see the deepest pits of hell, the source of a nightmare enough to engulf everyone. With every step closer, my soul trembles. That bone-chilling cold feels like it is going to swallow me whole.
Is this the root of the miasma?
This is no natural disaster. It's a catastrophe of your dear father's own making.
In that moment, my world spins. Augustus, the father who keeps saying he has to sacrifice me for the kingdom's prosperity.
Years ago, he discovered a massive mana crystal mine beneath the forest. Driven by greed, he didn't just relentlessly mine it. He secretly built this energy drain core.
Not only does he steal the ores, but he also tries to drain the Elven King's power. Augustus, so this is true greed.
Human greed dug through the ley lines and ripped open the abyssal breach that suppressed the miasma. If left to pour out, the entire continent would become a wasteland.
I finally understand. Isel isn't sick or weak. He is using his own divine body to plug the hole humanity has dug.
So I had no choice but to slumber, at the cost of my own being. I locked the miasma firmly in the fantasy forest.
How ironic. Augustus causes the disaster, then shamelessly uses his own daughter as a sacrifice to appease a mess he created. And it just so happens my blood awakens Isaac. Plus, because of the miasma, people can't mine the ores anymore, so the miasma's power has been slowly weakening over time. So, the century of toxic miasma and the dying forest. It is all because of my dear father, Augustus. To clean up humanity's mess, Isel suppresses the miasma in the abyss, all alone for a century. But to Augustus, the slumbering Isel is just a useless cripple. I thought he was just a bad father, but he doesn't even care about his own country and people. Isel raises his hand. Vines wrap around the magic, an engraved stone wall, and the miasma clears. Sensing my anger, he gently...
It seems we share the same enemy.
Meanwhile, outside the boundary, my selfish father arrives with a heavily glammed Zenup Lyra and a massive royal procession. They make a huge spectacle, planning to marry Lyra off to the newly awakened Isel.
Isel! I have brought Princess Lyra, the kingdom's most beautiful princess, to fulfill the pact!
That loser Sylvia must be dead by now. The forest is so beautiful now. This wonderland and its master belong only to me.
They are so lost in their little fantasy that they don't even notice Isel and I flying right above them. Lyra shyly twists her handkerchief, eagerly stepping forward, thinking she has finally met her destined god. But hold on. The best part is yet to come. Through the golden dust, a tall silhouette emerges. The elven king, Isel, with his flowing silver hair, leaves a trail of frost with every step. His overwhelming aura makes the warhorses whinny in fear, and the soldiers don't even dare to look up. Lyra stares at my husband, completely mesmerized.
Oh my god, the rumored monster is actually this gorgeous! That bitch Sylvia's death was totally worth it. Only a powerful god like him is worthy of me.
Augustus grins too, seeing no one behind Isel. He assumes I am already bones in the dirt. Lyra can't wait anymore. Lifting her skirt through the mud, she puts on her most innocent, delicate act and struts over like a peacock.
Your Royal Majesty, I am Lyra, the one destined by the pact to marry you. My sister met a tragic end. From now on, I will be your queen.
But Isel doesn't even look at her. His gaze pierces right through these pathetic ants, looking deep into the forest. His voice is ice cold.
I am here only to welcome my queen.
Lyra actually thinks the god makes a promise to her. Blushing, she tries to step closer, but Isel swats her away with a wave of his hand. Lyra falls to the ground. She never suffers such humiliation, so she wants to snap at him. But what she sees next shocks everyone to the core. Dressed in a radiant gown and a dazzling crown, I look down at my so-called family groveling in the mud. Augustus stumbles back in sheer terror, and Lyra's smile completely freezes on her face. My dear father's eyes almost pop out of his head. He isn't relieved that I survive. He is terrified. Terrified that the sacrifice is still alive, and that Isel actually adores me.
Sylvia? You're not dead!
But his fear vanishes instantly, replaced by his deep-rooted selfishness. He doesn't even bother pretending anymore.
Get down here right now! Can't you see your sister is here? Lyra is the one destined to marry the Elven King!
Lyra finally snaps out of it. Squeezing out a few fake tears, she starts her favorite performance.
Your Majesty, don't let her fool you. I'm the princess betrothed to you. Her? She's just a lowly, unwanted princess. She doesn't deserve you.
Look at them. This is my family. Hearing these absurd accusations, I don't even get mad because I am already so used to it. But beside me, Isel radiates a freezing chill, his eyes brewing with apocalyptic rage.
You pathetic ants dare to insult my chosen queen? You seek your own doom!
And with his icy words, Isel gently snaps his long fingers. A massive magic circle glowing with dark gold, runes instantly explodes beneath the royal procession. It is absolute, crushing power.
Ah! Ah! My legs! Ah! I can't move!
Isel completely ignores their screams. He turns to me, and those same eyes that hold the power to destroy the world now drip with tenderness. Reaching out with his pale, elegant hand, he devoutly holds mine, his godly voice echoing across the continent.
Sylvia is the only queen I acknowledge. If anyone dares to speak half a word of disrespect against her, I will erase the human kingdom from existence.
In that moment, it hits me clearly. This man loves me. I look at him, overwhelmed with emotion. Lyra sprawls in the mud, grinding her teeth in jealousy. I simply cast my eyes down, looking at her like she is a pile of trash.
Isel, let them up. No need to waste time on nobodies.
Thorn comes after all, leading his fully armored cavalry. He charges straight toward the fantasy forest.
Sylvia! You're alive! Thank God! I'm here to take you home!
Pitifully, Lyra actually thinks Thorn is there for her. She runs up and grabs him, but he completely ignores her and marches straight toward me. Too late, Thorn. I don't love you anymore. He assumes Isel just wakes up and his power is unstable. A crazy, obsessive look flashes in his eyes. Yanking out his blood-stained sword, he gives the order to his tens of thousands of cavalry.
Take back my Princess Sevilla!
The next second, heavy armor, piercing arrows rain down like an inverted storm, screaming through the air. Mixed in the volley are magical fireballs and ice spikes that can instantly obliterate a city wall. As the shadow of death looms over, Augustus and his men scatter in panic, scrambling behind their knight commander with Lyra.
Thorn! Are you crazy? You're attacking us too? I know everything you did to Sylvia. I won't spare anyone who hurt her!
You maniac! That includes yourself!
That's why I'm taking her back! Once I bring her to the Northern Winter, I'll spend the rest of my life making amends to her!
Hearing them bicker almost makes me laugh. Thorn claims he is here to save me, conveniently forgetting I am right in the line of fire. He doesn't actually care about me. He is just terrified of admitting he is wrong, admitting he is a total fool. But this time, I do not get sad or mad over it, because standing beside me is the one who always has my back, my husband, Isel. No spells, no magic circles. Isel's immense power instantly forms an invisible wall. The ferocious heavy arrows freeze, dead in midair, just inches from my face. Then they shatter into dust. The raging fireballs and ice spikes are instantly frozen and wiped out, like sparks falling into an abyss. Against a god's absolute power, Thorn's proud cavalry instantly falls apart. Seeing his army crumble, Thorn freezes on his horse, his sword hand trembling uncontrollably. I step out from Isel's side, staring him down coldly. I never expect the always aloof and arrogant Thorn to look like a stray dog.
Thorn, you've always been this arrogant. You only see what you want to see, drowning in your own self-serving illusions.
My icy voice makes Thorn flinch. He opens his mouth to explain, but I do not give him the chance.
What? You really think showing up with an army to stage a grand rescue and squeezing out a few tears of regret will just erase all the cruel things you did to me?
Take a good look. My husband is right here.
Thorn looks like a man struck by lightning, stumbling off his horse. Red-eyed, he wants to step forward but stops, terrified of Easel.
No, it's not like that. Sylvia, you love me. How you saved me back then. Everything you did for me. I know it all now. Come back with me, please. Give me a chance to make amends.
Make amends? Does he think realizing who actually saves his life and playing the misled victim covers up his own selfishness? I look at him without a shred of warmth. God, how do I ever love a guy like him?
Do you think bringing an army here to take your anger out on Lyra and my father makes me happy? It doesn't! A coward who couldn't even recognize his own savior, who couldn't see his own heart, and who blamed others at the first sign of danger. You don't deserve my love. Thorn, right now, you just completely disgust me. Thorn, right now you just completely disgust me.
Having his delusions mercilessly shattered, Thorn completely snaps.
All troops, charge!
Bloodshot eyes glaring, looking like a gambler who loses everything. He screams at the northern army.
Even if we have to level this forest, you bring Sylvia back to me!
Watching him lose his mind, I feel absolutely nothing. But Eisel, next to me, is totally enraged by his repeated provocations. His face darkens, murder in his eyes. Driven by his fury, gale winds kick up, and the clear sky instantly blackens with storm clouds. Even the Pegasus whinnies, glaring at Thorn.
Mortal, if you covet my wife, are you prepared to pay the price?
The god's pressure is crushing. The fierce northern soldiers are now terrified, their horses backing away.
Forward!
No matter how
Now!
loud Thorn screams, no one dares to take a single step. Looking at this maniac risking everything for his own selfishness, I can't take it anymore. I walk right up to him and slap him hard across the face.
Are you out of your mind? To satisfy your own selfish desires, you're going to drag tens of thousands of soldiers to their graves with you?
Thorn clutches his cheek, staring at me in absolute disbelief. Easel watches coldly, his eyes full of disdain.
This is humanity. Greedy, foolish, and blind to their own frailty.
Like him, I despise Augustus, Lyra, and Thorn, but I can't agree with Easel on this. I turn around, look him in the eye, and firmly shake my head. No.
Thorn, Lyra, and my dear father, they are exactly what you said. But these soldiers and the common people are innocent. They're just blinded by these so-called nobles thinking they're fighting for justice.
These soldiers are just tools following orders. The real sinners are always the high and mighty rulers who treat human lives like dirt for their own gain.
Sylvia! What kind of nonsense are you spouting? I am your own father, the supreme king of the Moonshadow Woodland.
Father? King? Even now, he still tries to use these pathetic titles to control me, since he refuses to give up until he is completely exposed. I decide to rip off his fake mask once and for all. Stepping forward, I gracefully lift my gown and give him a perfect, standard court curtsy.
Very well, my esteemed king. Since you're so righteous, let's show the whole world exactly what you've been doing in secret all these years.
I turn and exchange a look with Eisel. He instantly understands. Without a single chant, he waves his hand, conjures an ice staff, and slams it into the ground. With a deafening boom, the earth shakes violently. A massive chasm tears open between the two armies. Giant vines shoot into the earth like pythons. And to everyone's horror, they rip the magic-engraved stone wall straight out of the ground.
Everyone, open your eyes! This is the real reason we've suffered a century of toxic Myasa. Your beloved king, to sate his own greed, secretly mined the ores beneath the forest. He dug straight through the lane lines and unleashed the abyss's Myasa. If the Elven King hadn't sacrificed himself into a deep slumber to trap the Myasta here, the entire continent would have turned into a living hell ago. While he slept, you all called him a monster, a bloodthirsty demon lord. But this man is the real monster in human skin. But this man is the real monster in human skin!
Now, the proof is undeniable. I look at the honor guard and knights who once swear their lives to my father. The faith in their eyes crumbles, replaced by the fury of being betrayed.
No! Listen to me! This was all for the kingdom's prosperity. Extracting the Elven King's magic is the only way to guarantee endless wealth.
Augustus frantically tries to defend himself, desperate to salvage the situation. Prosperity. Prosperity bought with the safety of the entire continent.
That's
These hypocritical lies can't fool anyone anymore.
That's your prosperity! That's your prosperity! And you expect us to die for it?
You greedy leeches. You don't deserve to be our king and princess.
With the captain's roar, the guards completely turn against them. They swarm forward, ruthlessly pinning the high and mighty Augustus and Lyra, who tries to sneak away, face down in the filthy mud. Lyra screams in terror, her glamorous dress ruined by the muck. Pathetic. Watching them thrash and beg in the mud, I feel absolutely nothing. This is exactly what the greedy deserve. But what happens next completely catches me off guard. The captain, with a cold stare, rips the medallion necklace, the ultimate symbol of power, right off Augustus's neck. He turns, holds the medallion necklace in both hands, strides over to me, and drops to one knee.
Princess Sylvia, you are the true heir to the throne. Only you dared to expose the truth. Only you actually care about the lives of the common Fyke.
We beg Princess Sylvia to become the new ruler of the Moonshadow Woodland!
Wait, what? Me, the new ruler. I only want justice. I only want the traitors to pay. I never expect fate to drop the weight of an entire kingdom right into my lap.
That tickles. Stop it, Isel. I still have 2 more reports to read.
But the vine doesn't let go. Instead, it aggressively creeps up my leg and locks tightly around my waist. Startled, I drop my quill. By the time I realize something is wrong, dozens of thick vines shoot out like living creatures. They swiftly bind my wrists and hoist me right out of my chair into the air.
Isel?
It is a suspended position that screams dominance and leaves me blushing. My feet are off the ground, and as the vines tighten, my silk dress presses firmly against me, tracing every curve.
Isel, stop messing around.
My only answer is the slow, heavy, and intensely intimidating sound of footsteps breaking the silence. The untouchable god I usually know is suddenly looking at me like a predator. I can feel the vines holding me, acting like an extension of his restless hands, suggestively caressing my waist.
My queen, you were smiling so brightly at those young knights in the council hall today. Did you forget who this territory, and you, belong to?
Isel, put me down. They were just giving military reports. You're being utterly unreasonable.
I try to reason with him, but he isn't having it. My husband's possessiveness is so aggressive. He doesn't let anyone steal even a second of my attention.
It seems I need to use some special methods to remind my wife exactly where she belongs when she's not on the throne.
Caught in this intense hormonal tug of war, the air in the study turns hot and heavy. Bound by the vines and overwhelmed by his relentless teasing.
Now you are truly mine.
Since Augustus and Lyra were exiled, I pieced this broken kingdom back together. But just as things get back on track, harassment from the North shatters our brief peace.
Your Majesty! Rogues from the Northern Winter Kingdom are pillaging and slaughtering at the border. Our people are suffering. We've tried negotiating with King Thorn woeful times, but he ignores us. This is a deliberate act.
That lunatic! Venting his wrath upon the innocent.
After Thorn is stripped of his magic, his paranoia and jealousy mutate into pure, toxic madness. Since he can't get revenge on me directly, he lets rogues slaughter innocent people. He thinks dirty tricks like this forces me to back down.
Just say the word, and I'll wipe the North off the map tonight.
No. This is a war for humanity. Pass down my order. Assemble the army. I'm going to break his last shred of pride myself.
Thorn is completely incapable of leading an army now. My forces push straight through, easily crushing his final resistance. He stares me down, probably still fantasizing that I show him some pity or affection. Too bad. Looking at this lunatic who pushed me into the abyss and trampled on innocent lives, I feel nothing but pure rage. Thorn, it is time to pay for everything you did. Thorn's tyranny is completely crushed. His kingdom becomes part of the Moonshadow woodland. And my people finally welcome the peace they wait for. I stand at the edge of the high terrace, looking down at this nation, its borders, and my people. Listening to the deafening cheers, I don't feel the thrill of a conqueror, only the quiet relief of a burden lifted. Just then, a pair of familiar, cool arms quietly wrap around my waist from behind.
Listen to them cheer. My queen. You are now the most powerful ruler on this continent.
If you wish, I will conquer the rest of the map and lay the entire world at your feet.
Izel, I don't like war. If I blindly expand borders and start wars just for personal greed, how am I any different from Augustus or Thorn? I don't march to war to satisfy some urge to conquer. I do it to end Thorn's atrocities and give the people of this continent real peace. I refuse to be a monster driven by selfish desires. I choose to be the queen who protects this land.
As you wish, my queen.